Hocz and Daleth, Hocz on Pocket, and Daleth on Roaming. Changed from Zebasai and Darn. And obviously, as this game is starting, I guess we're going to have to wait and see how Hocz and Daleth are going to do on this game. As the second map now goes live, CP Gullywash _final one, I'm quite sure it still is, here in the ETF2L 6th Cup semi-finals between BFF in the blue and Epsilon eSports in the red. They changed colours. I'm going to mess this up quite a couple of times, but Epsilon are walking into this middle. My name is Pledge, with me is Ali, and on the stream is Warden, ladies and gentlemen, here for VanillaTV. As this first middle right now is going underway, and Quad picks up first blood.
Yeah, both demos rolled out choke there, and it seemed quite an even fight. Colours makes me up again. Numlocked was coming across point, but they just got spammed out. BFF soldiers didn't really seem to make much of an impact, and now they're falling all the way back to second.
Yeah, definitely. They have to drop back, and it looks like I'm really going to mess. I keep looking at blue and thinking Epsilon. It's like BFF is not playing in the blue. They're going to move on here. They do have to use that Uber, but obviously Knox had to do. Yeah, Knox had to do the same. He came alive out of that middle. So the Uber was used, no casualties were fallen apart from Numlocked. That might prove to be a big one though. If BFF decides to be aggressive, I do not think they will though, as Numlocked right now is going to spawn. Is BFF going to jump in here? Daleth might, but that would probably be it. Just him.
Well, Hat seems quite content building on stairs at the moment, and unless they move soon, no team really feels comfortable. I don't think pushing in on about 90% Uber just seems completely illogical. So, but Epsilon are the ones actually pushing into lobby right now. They're being forced back up top, BFF, but Seb's coming out main trying to cut them off. He goes down.
That was a great shot from BeaverN, jumping down from that top end area, gets the double Mitchell onto Numlocked, immediately goes down. And so it happens that we have a 6 versus 5 scenario. And I'm really confused why BFF is not being more... Like, they could have been ballsy. Like, in the way that they knew the Ubers were more or less even. They could have been more aggressive, even though they haven't been building properly. But Daleth now goes down. Mike goes down as well, though, so they exchange frags. 5 versus 5. I still do not think BFF is going to feel comfortable doing anything here. I think they're going to wait for Daleth to spawn, wait for him to come in, and then see what they can make happen here.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. BFF giving Seb Numlocked a huge liberty to just like go out and try and make plays and show that they're not really trying to like take advantage of that.
Bash is sniping now as well, so we'll see how that's going to go now. Right hand side of spawn here for Epsilon eSports in the red. He's going to look to this top right hand side area. It's I don't know. I'm quite sure. I'm not 100%, but I'm quite sure Kaidus has the tendency to go there, and it looks like he's gone there now as well. Bash
Soldier on the medic.
Shot, but...
Daleth gets one rocket off, but just gets ganged by...
Bash getting Kaidus down the top right-hand side. Kaidus has this tendency to sort of show up there and spam a little bit. And I guess Bash knows that kind of stuff. Was already focusing there before Kaidus shows up. Now takes him down. 6 versus 4. Epsilon is actually going to Uber in here. Uber exchange does happen, but it's, like you can see, there's an Epsilon combo there. They're going to have to retreat. They're going to need backup, but they're going to pick up the second point. Pretty much for free. Pretty much for free, I would like to say, as Kaidus and Daleth. Kaidus' death there was unexpected, so maybe he just kind of gave it away by getting a pick class, so well played to Bash on that one. But Epsilon back into this round, definitely not with their heads against, or not with their backs against the wall at the moment. They have some clearing space, and we'll see right now how it goes. Is Numlocked going to do one of those crazy plays again, and just kind of live with it, because it looks like BFF is not going to mind all that much, but we'll see. I'm expecting Mike to kind of go completely Rambo at some point.
Yeah, that push on last, I mean, Kaidus is experienced enough not to be subjected to this, but you can imagine, like, someone will get a bit frustrated with BFF being so defensive all the time that, like, spamming and then losing to a headshot just seems a bit even more annoying, I guess.
Let's see what's going to happen here, though. We have BFF gathering up onto this big door area. Are they just going to rush through there? Not give... Yeah, like, that's exactly what they're going to do. Mike gets shot down. We've seen Epsilon do this countless times. Now BFF doing it against them. It's this sort of, let's not think, let's go and not give them the time to respond properly. That's what they do. Kaidus does get shot down by Shocky, though. And now Numlocked is going to shine. Gets the double kill onto BeaverN and Daleth together. And it looks like Hat might survive here, but that's pretty much it. As Epsilon sitting on top here, very, very safe. Nothing BFF can do to them at this moment in time. And now going towards this big door themselves. They're going to push out on this. And I'm not sure, unless BeaverN spawns a sniper, I don't think there's a lot BFF can do.
Yeah, they're just getting spammed out choke at the moment. BFF,
got it.
they can't really contest.
BeaverN, He's gonna show up. He's gonna do something. BeaverN, where are you? He's sitting on top here. They're not gonna contest middle. Let's see, BeaverN. I'm quite sure BeaverN is gonna snipe
big
a
door.
lot.
He can't do much at the moment. He's
No,
crouched
like...
right by the edge, but Kaidus himself has gone into lower lobby. Both scouts are there too.
Uber's now coming up here. Double soldier jumping up there. Shocky goes down. It's a very early death, and Hat's actually getting this Uber off no problem whatsoever here, as they're making their way through to their own second point, rushing out a couple of players here. If they can pick off that second scout, yeah, Bash goes down. It's 2 scouts down for Epsilon. No backup whatsoever is going to happen here, and pretty much BFF only has to worry about one direction of play, but with Kaidus down, there's not a lot they can do on this choke point here at all.
Yeah, BFF got completely separated out of that Uber, and they had not at all cap time, and BFF just stood outside on top of that point and picked off the stragglers, and now we're back into this second middle stalemate again. Uber's equal.
Well, knowing Epsilon, though, they're going to do this push that BFF did about a second ago, which is build your Uber and then just go big door. Like, not give the enemy any chance to sort of set up. Where is BeaverN going to stand? That is going to be my question, because you have this thing where obviously you can either stand in like the lobby door or all the way on the back of the point, basically, where you can get a clear shot. But it looks like so far he's going to sit up there, do it very, very safe together with the rest of his team. And what is Epsilon going to do? It looks like they're exactly going to do that sort of big door push. At least we have 2 scouts coming through, 1 soldier coming through, and it looks like right now we have a change of roles as Mike coming in as the roamer from Choke, and Mitzi as the pocket sitting with the scouts. That's a little bit odd. As BeaverN gets taken down here by Shocky first frag, and now Epsilon in their prime position. 6 versus 5, a lot of damage onto quad. Hat cannot heal everyone he'd really like to here, and everyone from BFF is sort of weak here, Ali.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. The Epsilon combo was out choke, and both scouts and the roaming soldier were stuck behind in the BFF lobby. It was a bit of a weird situation, and the combo didn't really come in at the same time as the scouts and soldier behind, but
Daleth. He's playing very well. I'm going to keep saying it. This is a really impressive play that I'm seeing from him. I cast a Doctrino about 2 weeks ago, and I thought it was good, but not in any sort of way impressive good. But today, he's getting pretty much all the picks that he needs, man, at all moments of time. He just makes it happen. Reminds me of Darn in his prime, basically.
Yeah, he's really good with his timing. The thing with Darn is it got really predictable over time, but
he just goes.
Yeah, Daleth's doing it. Daleth's doing well, that's what I can say.
He's doing well. Let's see right now as we have the Uber advantage coming out for BFF here. Daleth almost gets shut down there immediately, and it looks like Numlocked a little bit overextending here, trying
Epsilon
too much
really
to go for
aggressive.
the pick.
They've gone into the lobby completely behind.
Oh, we have a crit streak. We have a crit streak for BFF on middle. That explains why they suddenly have an
BFF
Uber
have gone to
advantage.
mid, and the whole of the Epsilon team is behind them. They've crit. Oh, okay, this is great.
This confuses me, Ali. There's nothing here that should have been happening, but it has. Yeah, everyone from Epsilon went in the back, and BFF said, you know what, guys, we're just going to mid. Just do whatever you want in our base. We're just going to take this middle point and then take the second point. And now we're going to make their way through the last, probably here in just a bit. 20% crit streak is going to be ready to rock and roll here in just a little bit. This crit streak builds like a madman. I'd say about 20 seconds or so total, and he should have that crit streak ready to rock and roll. Is Epsilon going to be prepared? Bash running that
pressure
pyro.
on Bash. Hit the first crit sticky back.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I've played a game in Division 6 last season where they critted a double soldier into a pyro, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. I think everyone from the attacking team died. That's not gonna happen for BFF. Kaidus is gonna run the crit streak. Now I know Kaidus hates crit streak. Is it gonna work though? The
Knox
crit
is
comes
holding really unorthodoxly. He was on the floor. Oh, there's a scout in right on him. He was holding in the little sneaky spot, and the scout just ran in and got one shot on him, missed the second.
This skirmish is kind of all over the place still, though, because Numlocked did go down to a crit sticky from Kaidus.
Yeah.
But
They didn't really do much more than that, though.
No. Let's see. Hocz. Oh, my God. She's getting shut down in midair. The pyro from Bash. Too strong coming out with that shotgun. BeaverN playing sniper once again. That's a little bit remarkable. Not for him, really, though, but it's kind of interesting to see. Because so far, I think he's hit that, Bash hit that one shot onto Kaidus. And I'll see right now, is BeaverN going to be able to make it happen, though? Sitting into this big door area, sees the players, no, he actually doesn't even go for the shots. He didn't find the right angle there whatsoever. And he's going to walk back here, going to look at that big door area. But in the meantime, Epsilon already picked up this middle point. Hat going back to regular Uber. And we'll see in what way Epsilon's going to push this. Are they going to do the very aggressive into lobby style? It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Shocky making his way through.
Really early by Epsilon.
Yeah, but I guess they can afford it, Ali.
They can afford it indeed. Both teams seem to be always pushing big door now when they're pushing second. Choke doesn't seem to be that favourable, to be honest.
Time has been added.
Yeah, BFF are about 10 seconds off Uber, but Epsilon are going to try and come in before they manage to get to it. Hat 20% off. It's close.
Hat 95% right now, 98%. Their kills are coming into their favour, but they're all clustered onto the point. Pop straight away, and let's see. There's no scouts alive for Epsilon. I'm going to be very interested. I think it's very interesting to see if Bash or Shocky is going to pick up that sniper rifle or not. I'm going to be curious. They're not. So they're definitely. I'm quite sure it's going to be the double scout Uber coming in here. If I'd have to take a guess, Ali, I think the double scout Uber is going to just hit BFF in the face in about a second here. As the Uber on Shocky gets missed, though, so that's okay. As the regular Uber just comes through. Scout indeed gets Uber to hit here. Hocz gets shut down.
Rest of Epsilon coming in now.
BFF's going to hold on, like, oh god, they need a miracle. They should be Epsilons. God, it's going to be so unbelievably close. As Quad and Daleth both pick up frags. Mitzi and Mike getting picked. Daleth sitting alone onto that point.
Oh, wow.
Wow, are they actually going to hold on? Where the hell is Shocky? Shocky is making his way through the last. Spots it, though. Sees that Hocz is there full HP and Hat as well. I can only imagine Shocky's going to go suicide onto Hat. Just because he can. We'll see.
And they made such a meal of that. But yeah, it was 2-on-2, and Epsilon had the high ground. Both soldiers just didn't make use of it in time and spawned this game for BFF too early.
It's quite impressive so far how often BFF has managed to hold on here towards their last point. I mean, the score is still 0-0. It pretty much says it all, really. 12 minutes have been played, score still 0-0, as I said, but what we also know from Epsilon, what I've written an article about actually about a season and a half ago, is that Epsilon is always better the second part of the game. Let's see if they can make that happen again. We've almost reached halftime, European halftime, which is just after 15 minutes. We'll see how it goes from here. As you see Bash picking up that sniper rifle, BeaverN picking up the minigun, both teams having full Uber here, and it's kind of a stalemate where it looks like Bash does indeed go down here to Kaidus and Stickies.
He was trying to get a peek on Riverside and just got shut down by Kaidus, who was holding close. Both teams on Uber now. You'd expect Epsilon to just wait for Bash to respawn.
Yeah, I'm guessing Bash is going to go back to Scout. Like if I'd have to take a guess, yeah, there he goes. So we have the standard 6 of Epsilon. And actually, Shocky. Did he just get out deathmatched by Quad there? I'm guessing he did. You normally don't see a scout dying to another scout in this scenario of the game, but apparently he just got out deathmatched by Quad. Don't fight Quad, by the way, guys. That guy's a madman. Good info to all of you guys who ever play Quad. Don't. Just run for your life. I'll see Shocky's getting spawned, getting up to spawn right now, coming back into the fight. As we're going to have to wait and see which team is going to go first. I'm guessing it's going to have to be Epsilon, but they want to be very safe. They're coming in from this left-hand side. Again, they switch Roamer for Bucket. We've seen this about 1,000 times already, where Mitzi goes down and Daleth goes down. And now we can see Mike trying to make a play from this right-hand side. It's not going to happen. Mike does have a little bit of space here. He's not with the medic, though. Knox needs to be able to build this Uber, because as you can see, there's yeah, I'm guessing Mike can take care of that 70 HP against the scouts. That's about full health. Mike, I think Mike has too much for his life. Okay, this fight is all over the place. I'm just trying to, because like 8 people died at the same time there, so I'm gonna have to recuperate here. We have 7 people down. We have 3 versus 2, and the Epsilon medic has actually died here. So we have Hat 55%. And he's going to get about a 60 to 65% advantage. Actually, Quad picking up that second point on his own. Very impressive work there. BeaverN picking up Spy. No, he's not. He was just spawn... Was he just spawn switching? I guess. As we have Quad sitting on middle, and he's pulling a standard Quad, Ali, which is die when there was no reason to die. He does that very often.
I'm not sure that's entirely fair, but what happened there is the back cover by the scout opened up BFF and they just charged forward, which is relatively uncharacteristic of them given the past map, you'd say, but they seem to make it work. Picked up Seb and Knox, and Knox! No, not Knox. Hat manages to drop Kaidus. These colours.
The colours are annoying, aren't they? Switching colours amid best of 3. It's always very annoying. As now you can see, Epsilon, like Knox did go down. Hocz did shoot him down with the help of that Uber from Hat, but losing Kaidus during that exchange, I think that was the big one. I think that if they kept Kaidus alive, they would have been in fine shape, but now, again, still on the ropes. They do shut down Mike. They might want to make a play. I'm quite sure they want to make a play here on the second point. As Hocz sitting on this lobby doors, want to make it through here, and how we can see the pressure coming down from Kaidus onto that big door. A couple of stickies there, securing the area, and Epsilon's going to have to give up the second point. BFF's going to pick it up, and now, how are they going to use the super advantage?
I'm not sure. Do you think this long round is testament to both teams just being incapable of capping last, or just having really good defenses?
A bit of both. I think the bit of both is going to be a safe answer. Like, we've seen fail pushes, but we've also seen great defenses. And let's see if this is going to be a fail push or a great defense going into middle. As still no Uber used whatsoever. Quad does go down, though. Mike goes down, so it's a scout for a
BFF
soldier.
had the huge... I said they had the huge advantage. They've used it now. Getting juggled out of choke. Epsilon are going to be minded to repush. They won't have Uber in time to block, so...
Epsilon doesn't mind this, I think, though. I don't think Epsilon minds this at all. Like, Mitzi goes down there to Hocz, but they're just going to Uber in. I think Hat's out of position here.
Uber in now, Demo jumping in.
No, Hat's out. Hat's out.
Yeah, he got...
Fine.
Numlocked got sidetracked with a soldier behind and had to turn away, but...
Kaidus actually getting shut down now by Bash. Look at the scouts from BFF just doing work all over the place. Quad still 185. Nice pistol from Bash there, taking down Hats with a couple of them in a row. Quad taking him down though. This middle's still anyone's game really, as there's a couple of BFF players respawning, obviously having the closer spawn towards middle. Getting up a couple of extra kills is going to secure the middle, with both medics have died at about equal times. Knowing Knox, he doesn't go crit Skreeg. Knowing Hat, he also... Nope, Hat's not going crit Skreeg either. So both teams playing it safe once again. And that was a good defense. I'm going to say it's a good defense, Ali, instead of a fail push.
Fair enough, yeah. It was a bit scrappy all around. There were sort of waves as the spawners for Epsilon came in and took the point, and then BFF spawners came in and left us where we are now. It's a bit haphazard, the whole pushes.
Okay, 75, we have BeaverN going sniper. It looks like BFF is getting ready. Oh my god, there we go. BeaverN actually getting that pick, and that is pretty much crucial at in this stage of the game. Like, we only have 12.5 minutes left on the clock. We're already halfway through the game, and BFF capitalize on this. Why are they not pushing? Like, they need to just be ready. Like, Mitzi is almost like he's gonna spawn now, and they haven't pushed yet. This is a pick they can capitalize on if they're ready to go as they hit 100. It takes them a little while longer, and yeah, they might be able to get a lot of space for free, but Mitzi's going to be in that fight. It's going to be 6 versus 6, and with a sniper, essentially it's 6 versus 5. Never mind. I completely lied, as actually 3 players from BFF getting the picks there, and BeaverN is really the only one dying. And Mitzi, I think Mitzi probably saved Epsilon the round there by getting the double kill, Ali. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, BeaverN's doing work on Sniper, and Epsilon really didn't seem to have someone to counter it. I mean, in old Epsilon, it used to be wltrs, and I know Shocky sniped quite a bit, but no one's really contesting Gullywash being the sniper-heavy map as it is. Compare that to Broder, which is just full of a team of snipers.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how those two teams match up.
I really hope they're going to play on Gullywash in, like, Season 14 somewhere. I haven't seen the weeks and the maps yet, but I really hope that it's worked out. Where like, Broder plays probably BeaverN and Quad on Sniper. I think that'd be perfect. BFF plays Broder on Gullywash somewhere. That'd be perfect. Hats has quite a substantial Uber advantage, over 30%, and they are actually going to go in. The scout and the soldier coming in from the left-hand side. They have to give up the left-hand side, but here we go. Is the point going to be capped? Yes, it is. I think that was pretty much a perfect push coming out there from BFF, and they're going to take the first round. As I said,
thank God for that.
It happened 20 minutes later than I thought it would happen, but it happened. So far, my prediction is still on. Now we're going to have to wait and see how is Epsilon going to turn this around. Are they going to turn it around, or is BFF going to capitalize on this and get this stuff going, Ali? I'm not sure. We're going to see on this middle as the first pick immediately comes out for BeaverN. He's feeling good. The Swedish superstar sniper playing for BFF at this moment in time gets the first pick, getting BFF into the advantage that they need onto this middle point. And so far, it's a 4-for-1 exchange. Is it going to be better than that? It looks like a 5-for-1 exchange is in the end going to happen on this middle. Knox the only one surviving, which might actually save him the last point if BFF hurries here. But
that's pretty impressive that BFF managed to pick up that. Kaidus came choke and got denied back down to the floor instantly, and Epsilon were pushing over point, but they just seemed to send people on the BFF combo individually, and they just got picked off one by one.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Is Epsilon actually? Yeah.
Uber's forced really early up top by Jumping Soldier, probably Daleth.
Yeah, must have been Daleth. Pretty much the only one I can imagine doing that. And the drop is not going to happen onto Kaidus this time around. Hat's getting his Uber straight. As the point, they're not really putting a lot of time on the point. I'm very confused by that. They give Epsilon sort of the idea that they might be able to hold, and they might fancy having a go at this here. They're not going to do it just yet, though. BeaverN definitely in position as a sniper there. No chance in hell that Epsilon's going to get through there without getting at least some damage. But look at the health of the players from BFF.
Double
Now
kill
2
by
of them are
Mitzi.
dropping. Hat was 1 HP, and he's
Triple
still
kill by
alive.
Mitzi.
Oh my god. Epsilon is actually going to go back in, so it looks like they've just peeled and spammed the players down until they were low enough for Epsilon to actually make their move. And now the Reds picking up this second point. With 9 minutes left on the clock, I think this map might be a close one.
I'm really not sure how Epsilon are working as a team now. Mitzi just got 3 kills on his own without the medic, and they're supposed to have, people assumed they were going to have Mitzi on Pocket and Mike on Roam from what they've seen from PCWs, but I think they seem to be switching around quite a lot.
I've seen Mitzi roaming this game instead of Mike. Like, I'm not sure about it, but that's what I've seen. Like there, Mike just randomly died, so that would say that Mike is playing roamer, but so far
The
I've seen
definition
Mitzi
of being roamer is someone
in.
who randomly dies.
Yeah, that's obviously the definition. No,
That's
obviously.
probably what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. So you can see now both Ubers do get exchanged here onto this choke point. Epsilon holding on definitely. Very, very strong here. 6 versus 5. These are the kind of situations that Epsilon love to capitalize on in Season 13 and before that. Is whenever they get a man advantage, just one, they go for it. They put on the power switch and they just go. That's exactly what they did this time around. Hocz making the plays though, getting 2 already. Here comes the escape plan, getting 3. And guys, this is why we allow the escape plan in European Team Fortress 2 this season. It's because stuff like this happens and it's fun.
Alert. The control point
That's pretty funny.
contested.
It's pretty funny. Who was it that got escape plan? It must have been Bash. Yeah, it was Bash.
Time has been added.
Still, the triple kill from Hocz cannot prevent Epsilon from picking up the enemy's second point, which means there's only 1 point gapping. Is Hat actually running crits? I think, yeah, Hat is running crits, okay. I saw the glowy lights correct. We'll see how it goes here. 60% crit streak, 70% crit streak. Kaidus, do you have your aim on? That's the question.
Epsilon are holding low lobby at the moment with KnoxXx positioned quite neatly on stairs. They've gone up top. They're going to crits down into lobby. They're holding so close.
No!
Oh.
Daleth! Triple 4 getting the quadra kill onto the Epsilon team here, and that is pretty much a spot on crits. With Shocky, where are you sitting, Shock? I did not know you could sit there, a scout. I did not know that. Thanks, Shocky,
yeah.
for showing me this. Wow. Okay, cool. So, BFF's going to make their way. Did BeaverN actually
Destroyed
check
instantly. Yeah, he just ran straight in there.
Well, there we go. Shocky going down as well. So it's basically a 6-for-0 exchange. Daleth picking up the 4-man. That's pretty much great play coming out from Daleth. Once again, just proving he's a fantastic soldier. He's playing a fantastic game so far. Pretty much doing everything right for a roamer. I'm guessing that he does pretty much everything right. And Epsilon, again. This is the classic Epsilon, isn't it? Is they see a mistake in the enemy team and they just go. They're like, no, we're better than these guys. Let's just go. And they get the stuff done, Ali.
Yeah, Mitzi's just doing work. You got the 2 opening frags there for Epsilon. And he was on Pocket as well. I thought he was the roamer for a moment who was really far in, but he's just doing so much work.
Roaming
The
next.
scout
They
hiding
might
close left.
alternate.
No, it isn't.
BeaverN, look at BeaverN.
It's a shrub.
The control point is being
BeaverN. Here he comes. Oh, BeaverN gets spotted. Destroyed by Bash immediately. Gets a double shot in. And here we go. Uber does get popped off, though. Who did that? Must have been Daleth, forcing that Uber fire very early. As we can now see Epsilon making their way in here, going through. But it seems BFF, again, just they spam the area so well. It's very hard for Epsilon to make a move, to get through, and create some sort of position for themselves where they like to push from.
Oh, I can't believe Numlocked got away with that. The combo got out and he was just stood top right spamming.
Yeah.
He's still there. He's walked around main. He finally goes down.
No! Okay.
Oh! Oh,
I was-
it almost worked as a
I
perfect
was holding
distraction
my
there.
breath there for a little bit. I thought Bash was actually doing that, but Bash not going to pick up the point. How much time do we have left? About
5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. It's more than enough time, but obviously BFF, the BFFs that they are, they're just going to push out with the super.
Captured.
Shocky, where are you going? Shocky's sitting here on this riverhand side, trying to work his way to last. Not going to happen though, but
BFF are Uber much earlier than Epsilon outside. They're going to have to get out quite quickly. I don't think they're going to get out.
no.
Hat's going to go down here. Kaidus jumped out top. Kaidus going back in now, going for the medic. The medic surfs away.
I'm a little bit confused, Ali. Maybe you can shed some light on this. Daleth and BeaverN were sitting on last. Daleth, fair enough, Daleth was making his way through, but to second, but they pushed with that Uber with 4 people instead of with 5. Against a full Epsilon team with Uber, that seems a little bit odd, and obviously they got punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, it really showed. Epsilon ended up Ubering about 10 seconds later than BFF, and well, I'm not sure what's happened here. At one point, they had about 5 people to 2 man advantage, and both teams are just being so passive at the moment. Their transitions between plays are just being so slow.
I'm pleasantly surprised by the fact that Hat is actually not that far behind an Uber. I would have expected like a 30% disadvantage here, but it looks like KnoxXx hasn't been building as optimal as he could. Or Hat has, obviously. Like, you can put it that way as well. We can see 50% deficit. They might, knowing Epsilon, they're going to hit it, like, as soon as they have it. But
Rindy said Nox is just firing crossbows instead of building.
I can't, yeah, Uber comes in, it's just going to get countered, and Epsilon's like, oh, I guess they had, and now Nox is stuck in Dark Room.
Pyro
Well-
ruined the end of that Uber.
Is that a fail push or a good? I call that a good defense. Let's call that a good defense.
Yeah, when you Uber is medicing, all you try and do is just sort of like keep Uber and expect your team to clear up. But the return Uber from Hat was just too good. Kept everyone alive. Faultless, really.
No mistake whatsoever there. Yeah, Kaidus did end up going down, but to be honest, Kaidus always dies. I don't know. Nox has died as well. Hat now 40% advantage. BFF's not going to push out on this advantage anymore. They might have a go at this now. Like we see a soldier here. Daleth making his way through the choke at the moment. There's a scout there onto the point as well. Daleth might be stuck here. He might opt to jump out. 33 HP. Missed the
Quad
jump.
manages to take down Mike.
Quad
Yeah.
getting the shot on Mike. It's a 2 for 2.
BFN sent a couple of people out there to try and cap second. I'm not sure if they had any real motive to do it, but the Epsilon just came from Big Door and completely cut them off. Luckily, Quad managed to take down Mike, and they got a few frags in return, so it wasn't just a straight loss. But
I'm just wondering if BFF is greedy here. It looks
BFF
like they
got
are.
forced.
BFF is a little bit greedy here. They did get forced, but obviously it took Numlocked and Mitzi to do that. And I think Nox has to stay into position to
I think
push
Nox
last
is
here.
going to try and Uber to save both the scouts. Scout, Kaidus is just above them, gets taken down eventually. I know he
2
doesn't.
frags already, 3 frags
Yeah, he does.
now. Okay, that's 3 scout frags so far. Double
This
scout
must
rushing
be a
into
point.
last. 4 scout frags at the moment. Bash and Shocky doing work. The German
Pressure
scouts
on the heavy.
making
Spawn
their
is
way
in 3
through. 5
seconds.
scouts,
They're not going to get
6
it.
scouts. Just scouts and Nox together. It's 3 of them basically. That's pretty much it, wasn't it? Like, that was 6 scout frags and a Nox Uber, and there you go. So
Yeah.
apparently 2 German scouts and a French medic can clean up BFF.
You see that, you wonder why people don't just sort of like scout Uber all the time, to be honest. It's just such a clean-up when it works.
Yeah, that's true. Like, if the enemy doesn't have Uber, you just Uber both scouts and GG. That's pretty much all you want to do right now. As we can see, this middle is pretty much the most important middle this game so far. We have about a minute and a half left. It looks like Epsilon's going to pick it up. 2 for 1 so far. Shocky did go down, but Daleth, the roamer, has already been exterminated. So has BeaverN, and the quad is very low on health. Kaidus low on health. Hocz low on health. Are they going to be able to get out all alive? It looks like yes. Apart from quad, because he was stuck baconing somewhere.
Epsilon pushing straight onto second now. They're cloning close up top, BFF. They're going to Uber straight into them. Uber exchange. Both teams are multiing. Epsilon are falling back.
Yeah, they're going to have to, but they're going back here in just a second. Ali, why don't you take a look at the time for me? Because I actually think the time is going to play a big role here. Epsilon has said, okay, we cannot lose anymore. We took middle. If we lose this right now, BFF cannot cap quick enough. So we're going to have a go. And here we go. Daleth goes down. Numlocked is in a prime position. BFF is going to have to fall back to last.
Both teams are going to have one Uber.
Are they going to have one Uber, though? Like, that is my question. Kaidus does take down Numlocked. That's a big one. But I feel that if Epsilon right now, Uber's in both their scouts, or not Uber, but Rush is in both their scouts. It's exactly what they're going to do. Both scouts rushing into last year. One soldier coming from the left. Everyone from Epsilon is here. The medic goes down. We're going to have a massive skirmish. Is Epsilon going to take this for the final?
Medic on the point.
No. It doesn't look like they are. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Numlocked to RU. Numlocked's not going to be in time, ladies and gentlemen. It's GG. As we have, there's going to be a golden cap. Ali, so in your first cost ever, you're going to have a golden cap, and I'll show you how much fun that is.
Cool. I need to learn to, like, scream.
It's crazy all over the place.
Like a little girl.
Like a little girl. That's usually the best. That's what Scully does, and people always love that. But no, this is... I think BFF, like, they made a mistake pushing out with those 2 players there. Can you remember, like, about 3 minutes ago? Where they pushed out with 2 players, not having the intention to cap, but they kind of just did, and they lost 2 players.
Yeah, they don't seem to be, like, I don't know. They're a lot better, I think, and they will get a lot better. They've also got a huge change of main calling now, and I think that's going to affect them for a while. I haven't looked at their fixtures, whether their important fixtures come at the start of the season or the end of the season is still yet to be announced. But I just looked up, and Epsilon are playing Broder, in fact, on week 3.
Yeah.
And luckily it's not as bad as what it was last season, where Epsilon BFF was in, like, week 1, and you sort of determined who won the league then. It's pretty bad.
I remember that, where basically, I think it was the Last Resort who got all the, like, bad Prem teams at, like, the first 3 weeks. So after 3 weeks, it was the Last Resort and Epsilon on top of the board, and I already heard everyone saying, the Last Resort's gonna win! Upset! But they still needed Crackland, they needed BFF, they needed Epsilon. So they ended up, obviously, with a very valiant 4th place, actually, and I think they did really well last season. It's a shame that the Last Resort actually did not go on for this season. I would have loved to see them again, but they have changed right now. The config's getting set up. Just once again for you guys to recuperate on what's been happening so far. The first map, Epsilon, very clean sweep. They lost the first round, but then won 5 in a row, playing it very safe, very methodically, no mistakes whatsoever. 5-1 was the scoreline on Badlands, very, very safe. But now on the second map, it took us 20 minutes to get the first round done.
Live.
And yeah, we actually have gone live, and it took them 20 minutes, 1-0. Epsilon taking it back,
is that right?
not getting it. Is that a crit? It might be a crit. Has to be a crit. Yeah, it is a crit actually here. 4 hats. So BFF in the blue running this crit streak in the ETF2L 6th Cup semi-finals. Epsilon Woo, also known as Bash, goes down first, but definitely
they're out.
Epsilon.
Classic. Repush choke.
Repush choke, as always, but knowing Epsilon, they're just going to
push
big door.
Pushing straight big door with scouts to cap.
There we go.
Come on, crits.
No, Kaidus just saw the sticky before the crits got used, so they saw the crit streak beam, and this crit streak is as close to a massive failure as you can see.
They're completely sandwiched out. There's a Sully in lobby as well. This is not going good for VFF. Uber comes in, they get Kaidus kills himself on the nuke.
Oh, this is very anticlimactic, guys. Epsilon won the first map, and, well, as it stands, there needs to be some sort of miracle in order for Epsilon not to win the Saka map. Here we go. As there's 6 people, 6 Reds people coming from all over Europe, rushing this last point. 2-for-1 at the moment. There's 3 spawners. Kaidus. No, it's not going to be enough as Epsilon, in the end, is gonna get the victory here in the golden cap. 2-1 is gonna be the official scoreline here on CP. Gullywash _final 1, which I always have to say just because it's the official map. We play here in the ETF2L 6th Cup, ladies and gentlemen. This was the semi-finals. So Epsilon's going to move on to the finals, not surprisingly. They keep their win record. They haven't lost a single game. A single map, I'm quite sure. They haven't lost a single map since I-46. And that win streak is going to continue. Let's see how long it's going to continue when we cast the grand finals next week. Again, this is the ETF2L 6th Cup. ETF2L Season 14 should start somewhere this week as well. Please stay tuned to VanillaTV for all of that. My name is Pledge. With me was Ali. Ali's a trial caster, ladies and gentlemen. Please feel free to let him and everyone here at VanillaTV know what you guys thought of him. On VanillaTF2, there's a news post. Let us know in Twitch chat. Let us know in IRC. Anywhere, message any one of the VanillaTV stuff. Let us know what you think of Ali. Let us know what we can improve on the stream. All of your feedback is very important to us because obviously we can make a better product for you guys. So if you guys want to do that, that would be very much appreciated. For now, guys, though, thank you very much here for joining us on VanillaTV. Ali, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me.
It was really good.
And I'll probably see you about somewhere in the future. Really hope we can do this again at some point. But for now, we're going to say congratulations to Epsilon. They move on to the grand finals. And for me, to you guys, everyone here who's watching, thank you so much for joining in. We hope you enjoyed it. And from all of us here at VanillaTV, have a very good night and enjoy the rest of your week. See you guys later.